I have a dream of renewed Lagos. Something different from what we are familiar with. It's a city built upon love and respect for one another, irrespective of our social standing. A city built on trust between Lagosians and their government. A city where businesses make profit and also profit the common good. A city where priority is given to lift the most vulnerable among us. It's a city where people love their jobs and feel loved by their jobs. A city where artists create the kind of art that inspires justice, hope, harmony, and love. It's a city where people's physical and mental health are enabled, not derailed. A city where marriages thrive, homes shine, and communities blossom. It's a city where the true worship of the true God is vibrant and spreading. In other words, a cultural renewal built upon social renewal that's in turn built upon spiritual renewal. The spiritual first, then the social, and then the cultural. So, what would it take to turn that dream into a reality? What would it take to renew a city like Lagos and beyond? Well, it takes the gospel and you. First, renewing Lagos needs the gospel. Since we began in 2017, City Church Lagos has been committed to a vision and mandate of catalyzing a gospel-centered movement that renews the city of Lagos. The gospel must be at the center, but expressed through these three channels. 1, gospel principles, that is a new way of thinking. 2, gospel practices, that is a new way of living. And 3, gospel power, that is a new way of proving. Second, renewing Lagos needs you. What can I achieve, you may ask? Not much, but imagine what would happen when a gospel renewed you is part of a gospel-centered movement comprising of 3 to 5% of Lagosians. If that happens, when that happens, then this city will be on its way to its brightest days yet.
The most memorable experience I had was when we were still in the old location. After church, I just remembered everybody running downstairs to go and get pancakes, and I was so confused at what was happening. And then I realized, oh, we're going to get food. And then when I went there, all the food was finished.
It felt like home. When I walked in, it felt very much like I was home. And I think the peace that brought me was fantastic. When you're home, you get a sense that you want to do things. So I quickly joined serving. I read, I'm a reader on the reading team. I also work in City Connect, which is the team that follows up after people come to church. I also lead an affinity group for the Gen Xers.
Gen X, I love it. At some point, it just seemed like church was just full of young people, which I really like. And there were times I felt old, and then we had this affinity group, and it was just like your tribe, people that you could connect with. And I just love the sincerity, the openness to be there for one another, to connect. And there's nothing we don't talk about, and we usually have fun together. So, yeah.
I really liked the idea of Kindle because I think that it's a very good opportunity for people within our age range to learn more about God in the way that is more appealing to them.
The fact that this is a place for everybody. It's normal to see Nollywood stars, I don't know, the person selling agbalumo on the road, it's a place for everyone. And I think that's something that only the gospel can do in a city as classist as Lagos is. I just love its uniqueness, and I love that I get to be a part of it.
I found that City Church was a church, or is a church, that didn't just take the idea of being gospel-centered as a slogan, but it made it literally have meaning in the way that it was founded, in the way it was established, in the way it was run. And it's just been great because I've seen how that gospel has affected everything, including the culture of the church, including the people, which truly, if, like we say, the government is a reflection of the people, I honestly say the people are a reflection of the church. In this situation, the more people I met, the more I was filled with joy, because it seemed like the people were not just people who came to hear, but people who actually took the word and went back home to meditate on, to practice, to make it part of their lives.
There are a lot of people in this church that taught me different things about who Christ is supposed to be it in kindness, be it in community.
I think something that stands out to me particularly is watching my friends' interest grow when it comes to things of God. You know, you don't want to be the overly spiritual friend, you don't want to always be the, I think we should pray about your friend. But then my friends are like, Guy, I think you should pray for me, which was like, wow, okay. Well, getting somewhere here. So I think that's something that's really stood out to me. The fact that we can now, as Christians and even non-Christians, can generally say, I think we should pray about this with each other.
The sense of community, I don't think I can get anywhere else. Everyone knows each other. When immediately you walk into church, there's someone smiling at you. And it's just an overall amazing experience.
I do know for a fact that there is somewhere that we're trying to get to. And we've made that very clear continuously in the statements that we've made about being gospel-centered, but being focused on the city. And I do look forward to the change that would happen in Lagos, because unlike a lot of people, I do not believe Lagos cannot be saved. I do hope to see our dreams come true.